expertise as well, just like Diane. You cover this every day for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. There's something, one of the things that changes here is that I can't just, or any Georgia voter can't just go to a ballot box after work one evening and drop off a ballot. And it's not just that that limits access to being able to submit your vote, but it's, can we pull the video up, guys, in the control room? This is actually how Governor Kemp voted in the last election. That will be illegal now, right?
Yeah, it would be banning outdoor ballot boxes. They now have to be inside, these drop boxes have to be inside locations and only doing normal voting hours. So you couldn't go overnight, you couldn't go early in the morning. And what critics say is that this really severely limits people who work normal, 9 to 5 type schedules, who would try to go to these outdoor ballot drop boxes at night or before work. People who couldn't get off work to go drop off their ballot their absentee ballots. This is a major change in a way that critics say is limiting innovations from local counties that during the pandemic came up with these ideas to encourage more people to vote.
Can I just ask you though, Greg, I mean, I know part of this is subject to interpretation, right? And therefore there are critics that say it limits and supporters that say, no, this makes it safer and in some ways expands voting access, technically in some ways. But it's not really just critics who say this limits voting on the ballot box side. It just does. It just empirically on its face means that you have less opportunity to put a ballot in a box, right?
Yeah, and we've been clear about that in the pages of the AJC, saying flat out this limits drop boxes and allows, as we mentioned earlier, allows state takeovers of local elections after the close election this year in January and last year in November. So there's no doubt about it. This creates new obstacles to vote.
Yeah. Okay. Diane, anything about SB 202? Because it was like 2 pages and then it became 93 pages and there's a whole lot of stuff in there. Is there anything in it that expands voter access?
So look, there are a lot of components to this law at this point. I think that the part, especially the Republicans have been hanging their hat on when it comes to expanding access, is the fact that initially they said they were going to basically eliminate Sunday early voting, and instead they say they're expanding weekend early voting by officially doubling what is the required 1 Saturday to now a required 2 Saturdays and making the 2 Sundays optional. But here's the thing, Poppy, they also have hours that are now required as well. And some of these counties, look, across the state of Georgia, this does expand weekend early voting for them. Some of the smaller counties, some of the, honestly, whiter counties, it is going to expand access. But for some of the more diverse, larger counties, again, like here in Fulton County in Georgia, it is likely going to cut away at least a few hours of that early voting. So it doesn't really expand access for them.
Greg?